Today is Monday, July 15th, 2024. And starting with closed session, there are no reportable items for closed session. So I'd like to move to Pledge of Allegiance. So please stand and help me salute our nation's flag. Ready, salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Sherman joined us for closed session, but we just informed he wasn't feeling well, had the sweats, so he's going to go home, and we thank him for that.
Moving on to item 4, public comment. Per Policy Board 2350, any person may address the board at this time either on an agenda item or other matters of interest to the public that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. A maximum of 5 minutes is allowed for each speaker, with the maximum time of 15 minutes per item unless otherwise extended by the board. So I'd like to invite anyone who'd like to speak during public comment concerning items on the agenda. No? Anyone would like to speak on public comments concerning items not on the agenda?
Report statement. We look forward to continuing negotiations with the district on the 22nd and would like to discuss a financial package from the district that does not result in a pay cut regarding paid parental leave and await the district's response. Proposal. Our understanding is that since returning to the bargaining table with CSEA, the
Anyone else would like to make a public comment on items concerning items not on the agenda? Okay, moving forward, board and executive staff reports. There will be no trustee report. Next would be board member reports. Trustee Nunes.
Been kind of quiet. Nothing from me to report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no report from me as well. Next up is foundation report, Mr. Foster.
All right, Mr. Foster.
Everybody's on summer vacation. That's good, though.
Next, we have accreditation report, Dr. Lacerna.
But Dr. Lacerna is not on vacation.
Good evening. We had an ACCJC meeting in the beginning of June, so there is an update from that. And as you see in your packet, this letter just came out with the sanctions or findings on the commission actions on institution, and this is from the meeting in early June. So the colleges you see in the first section are reaffirmed accreditation for 7 years on a comprehensive review, which is what we will be undergoing in fall of 2025. And so that's the best you can get, is reaffirmed for 7 years. So all of these colleges were reaffirmed for the 7 years. The next group is reaffirmed for 18 months with a follow-up report and visit. There were 2 colleges in that area, and I know one of them was for distance education related issues. The other one, I don't remember exactly what it was, but those 2 will have a follow-up and a report due in 18 months. Napa Valley College was deferred action, and there'll be another visit in 12 months. And basically what that means is they had some issues they needed to resolve and just didn't have enough time to resolve them. So they'll have another report. California Preparatory College was issued warning. That's a new college and in our area, and they accepted a teach out plan. So if they don't complete the things they need to do, then they would be So I just wanted to give you another brief update on everything else that's happening with the ACCJC. So they just approved their 2030 strategic plan, and they're creating 3 initiatives in this summer. One is an institutional success advisory team, which will be developing a rubric for effective institutional outcome transparency and annual monitoring processes and supports. The second one is developing a distance education rubric to help colleges understand regular and substantive interaction. And the third one is a community resource team to help develop a library of resources to improve student success. And so I've been asking for people who would like to serve on some of those committees, and I know a few people from COS have submitted their names to serve on one of those committees. They also took an action to maintain our membership dues. So there will be no increase in membership dues. There's 3 new commissioners that were elected: Ravinder Dowd from Carrington College, Karen Wong from Skyline College, and Caleb Fowler from Folsom Lake College. And 2 commissioners, Randy Beach and Cindy Napolia Abella Reese, have completed their terms. And then the report that I mentioned, there was a peer review team report and commission action trends. So basically the ACCJC looked at over the last several years how from 2017 to 2024, how effective is the new process, which is they've moved to this summative, formative process and kind of this portfolio model, for their vice presidents. And so they looked at all of the reports over the last several years to find out what are the typical findings and sanctions that colleges are coming out with. And so on compliance requirements, which means you haven't met a standard, the number 1 issue was fiscal or fiduciary issues with the colleges or the districts. Well, they accredit colleges, so it would be at the college level. And so that was, it's very serious because we have so many colleges that are in financial difficulties, especially post-pandemic. And so that was the number 1 sanction that colleges have received, was something to do with poor financial standing or poor financial issues. That made me feel really good because I know we're in good financial standing, so I feel confident about that moving into our report, but it does concern me for other colleges. The other top findings were for distance education, so that there wasn't regular and substantive interaction between faculty and students. That was the second one. And the third one was employee evaluations. I think a lot of people got behind in employee evaluations during the pandemic and haven't caught up, but luckily our HR department has a good program we've developed and that tracks really well employee evaluations. The other 2 for improvement recommendations were keeping up with student learning outcomes and assessment, and then the other one was board relations. So those were a couple of the top 5 that came out in that report. And I forwarded the ACCJC Connect to our COS e-news, so everyone received a copy of this. And there's further details of every single one of those items and that full report in that linked in that document. It's called the ACCJC Connect, and I can send that directly to you if you'd like the link. So that is the update from the ACCJC. So any questions? Yeah.
Not necessarily a question or one question, one comment. I noticed on the first page of your report listing the reaffirmed shows up as Coalinga College now and Lemoore College. The name changed from West Hills, I guess, right? West Hills, Lemoore, and well, so I noticed that. Do you know, just an oddball question, I guess, do you know if our former president, Dr. Scroggins, has retired from Mount San Antonio College?
He has.
For some time, okay.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the name changes, are those, what changed with West Hills that they are not West
Well,
Hills
the
anymore?
West Hills doesn't show up anywhere.
Yeah, is there a reason for that?
They want to change the name of their 2 colleges. The district is still the West Hills.
So
West
nothing
Hills
changed with their
Community College
district?
No.
Just names, okay,
No,
just
they
making sure.
They felt like it was too confusing, not only for students, but for staff as well, to have
West
West
Hills
Hills
on there, all
College,
3.
Lemoore, West Hills College, Coalinga.
Yeah.
So they've changed it to that, to simplify things, but kept the West Hills brand at the district level.
Got it, okay. But nothing changed on how they're governed? They still have 1 board? No, 3?
No, one board,
1 board,
yeah, one board for the district.
okay.
Any other questions?
No other questions?
Thank you very much.
Excellent report, thank you very much. Next up, Superintendent President's Report, Dr. Calvin.
Okay, I'll be quick. Summer enrollment is fabulous. Want to thank Kristen Robinson for a wonderful report that I can share with you. And also, since Jordan's here, I want to shout out to Jordan as well. Jordan and Kristen have been doing a great job just monitoring enrollment and getting the appropriate state reports done. And thank you very, very much for that work. We're in the midst of about our biggest summer ever. At one point, we swelled up to about 6,000 students. We've given a little bit of that back with drops and so forth, but we'll make a run at 1,000 FTES this summer alone. Obviously, we pay a little bit more for some of this than we would, but we're going to have the opportunity to push probably 800 FTES forward into the 24-25 year. We've been talking about this for a couple years now. They're setting a new base for all colleges in the 24-25 year, and we wanted to get a running start on the 24-25 year, and we've certainly done that. We're also set up in the summer of 25 to pull FTES back if we so choose. I don't think we'll do that. I don't think we want to outkick our coverage and make 24-25 so large that we can't reach it in subsequent years, because there's some bad things that would happen that way as well. So we're in a good place, and we have some options. So hats off to kind of everybody that's from recruiting these students to serving these students in the classroom to making sure all their needs are met while they're here. This summer has been one for the ages. Also want to just give a little preview. We had a successful bond sale for Measure C last week. Ron will talk about it at length. I just want to thank Vice President Perez for kind of shepherding that whole process through. Lots of moving parts when you're selling bonds, and he and his team did a fabulous job. So thank you to Ron. More about that in just a moment. Had one piece of really, really disappointing news, but our football coach, who we've come to love here, Travis Burkett, is moving back to the East Coast. He's, as you all know, he met his wife at Cornell, Ithaca, New York. There was some homesickness there. His wife took a wonderful job back there, and Travis was going to try to do the bi-coastal thing for a while, because I don't have to tell you how much he loved being here, but at the end of the day, that's just not good on a family. So Travis here 2 weeks ago did announce that he's stepping down as the head football coach here, and has taken a job with the Ithaca School District. So we wish him all the best, and have promoted Matt Mendonça, former COS Giant and current full-time assistant coach, as the head coach. Excited to see what Matt does with the program. And then finally, just a reminder for board members, we have convocation on Friday, August 9th, starting about 8 a.m. Same format. Probably run an hour and 15 minutes, and then we'll have a nice spread set up in the Morrow Gym for some social time. So
9 a.m.
What's that?
9.
The 9th of August at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Thank you.
Yep. End of my report.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Dr. Calvin?
Yeah, not a good 2 weeks for local football coaches programs that I follow intently. Today, Jeff Tedford resigned as Fresno State football coach because of reoccurring health concerns. So that's a blow.
Moving on to item 6 from reports. We'll start with Academic Senate President's Report and Update, Mr. Arzola, who I do not see present today. Next is Costa President's Report Update, Ms. Redden.
Small report. Costa has, and the district, we're not meeting for this month. The last meeting for negotiations was June 21st. But we came across one article when we were doing a cleanup of our I gave 3 exams that last day in the fall, and then I had 2 days to grade them. It usually takes me a whole weekend to grade 1. So yeah, so hopefully that'll help us. So we're sunshining articles, it's in there, little paper in there. Article 23, professional responsibilities, and our only intent for that article is to change 2 days to 3 days, and we'll negotiate that with the district.
Thank you, Tracy. So we will bring this back for a public hearing, as we do in August, and open it and close it, and it'll be an action item to formally accept it. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you very much. Next, CSEA President's Report and Update, Ms. Kane.
Good evening. I am standing before you today to above and beyond to support our students and community despite the economic, social, and political challenges we all faced. It is therefore profoundly disappointing that the current salary and health benefits proposal put forward by the district for the upcoming year would result in a net pay cut of 2.3 to 3.3% in real dollars for our employees. This proposal does not reflect the financial realities of inflation and rising living costs, nor does it honor the invaluable contributions of our staff. Additionally disappointing is that in this past school year alone, the district prioritized funding for a $1.5 million new baseball clubhouse, a $3.8 million stadium complex renovation that did not add sporting or event capability, nearly $700,000 in exterior painting, $1.2 million in new furniture, an impromptu private property acquisition to the amount of $360,000, and an ongoing president's salary that is $19,000 above the median salary for California community college presidents and more than $32,000 over the average salary for community college presidents in California. Staff are repeatedly told that it would not be fair to ask for salaries comparable to those same districts due to the difference in cost of living. That last point is particularly insulting. And public perception, and in that same light, the district's current financial package implies a lack of priority for employees to survive. You may be surprised to know that according to MIT's current cost of living data for Tulare County, 54% of full-time 12-month staff do not make enough to count as a living wage as a single parent of 1 child. I would like you to reflect on what anxiety and distress someone would experience knowing they do not make a living wage as it is, and their employer is asking them to take a pay reduction. And then I would ask each of you to reflect on whether or not you feel that is the experience anyone working 40 hours per week, 12 months a year at college at the Sequoias should be having. The board and the district administration must take immediate action to revise the proposed salary adjustments. Our staff deserve to be recognized and compensated fairly for their dedication and the positive outcomes they have helped to achieve. The well-being of our employees must be prioritized to prevent financial hardship on those people that have driven our success as a college. And we look forward to working with the college on a revised proposal that adequately compensates our staff and reflects the financial solvency of our institution.
Next, COSAFA President's Update, Ms. Alberti. Not online or anything. Next, moving to item 7, Information Update on Measure C Bond Sale, Mr. Perez.
Good evening, Board. Wanted to give you an update on Measure C, the bond measure of $95 million that we went out to sell last week, Wednesday. Just a short recap. As you all know, Measure C passed in November of 22, $95 million that will enable us to build a university center, student union, and some infrastructure out in that area there. Kind of some of the timelines, July 9th, our team, and that's our financial advisor, our bond counsel, our underwriting team, county. Seeing if we're able to meet our obligations. So our sale went through. 23rd, we'll do our pre-closing. The 24th, money will be in the bank. I do have an action item later part of the board agenda. Bond orders, hopefully you have that in your packet. But basically, when you see the 431,630, down below it is the $95 million. We had $95 million to offer. We came in oversubscribed, meaning there was 4.5 times the demand that we had to offer. $5 million BlackRock, and it goes from left to right. 46 million, and you'll see 16th Amendment, 44.8, Capital Research, 20 million, and it goes, I won't read them all. Basically what these are money, mutual fund, hedge funds. If you're familiar with the money markets or the mutual funds, this is what they do. They invest and then they go out and sell out to their individual investors. Left-hand side is the good faith estimate. Again, $95 million, this is what we brought to you in May, our underwriter and our financial advisor. For every dollar we borrow, it's $1.10 that was projected to what we're going to repay back. The total finance charges is $725,000, meaning the cost of the bond underwriter, Standard & Poor's and Moody's rating, our financial advisor, our legal team. That's what it costs to issue a bond in this size. So that was good faith on the left. If you go all the way to the far right, the final pricing came in 725, went to 620. We did a little negotiation to save the taxpayers a little dollars there. So again, just wanted to do a recap. It was good news. It sold out within the hour, 4.5 times. Again, we'll get the money at the later part of July. It'll go in trust with the County of Tulare. We earn about 3%, but we have a legal obligation to spend 85% of those bond proceeds within the
Ron, so explain, so if we have all these folks here that are requesting a certain amount of dollars, how does it actually end up? Is it by the lowest bid, the lower bid?
So what happens now, because we have a big appetite, negotiating. Remember, it's $13 per 100,000 assessed.
Yeah, so potentially that 4.26 rate could end up lower.
It will go lower. Hopefully it'll go lower, so a lot of negotiations. Why, the sale happened this last week, and we don't close until another week and a half. So a lot of negotiations are.
That's, they're doing that and earning their fees, I guess, so to speak.
So Ron, on that repayment ratio, tell me, is that where you wanted to be, or what was the goal on that repayment ratio?
It was about $1.10. Nobody goes to cabs anymore. They learn hard.
There was a short period of time where those worked,
Yes,
and
those
then it
were-
went away.
Appetite was in
And people got
back in
burned.
2012.
Yep.
So anywhere between $1.25 is the norm.
Okay.
Questions, no questions?
Sounds a little stressful to me, but.
Well then.
You know, it's always stressful to the underwriter, because if the bonds don't sell, they have an obligation to take it in their inventory and then sell it out.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's
with 4.5
right.
times the appetite, they were happy.
They were happy, I bet. Yeah, they slept a little better that night.
Item 8, consent calendar. All items listed on the consent calendar are considered a routine and will be enacted by one motion. An item may be removed from the consent calendar at the request of any member of the Board of Trustees or any member of the audience, and considered as a separate agenda item.
Pull item 3, please. Personnel report.
Item 3, we'll pull item 3.
Mr. President, just a point of order question, I guess. Since the minutes of the previous meeting are part of the consent calendar, and I wasn't present for the meeting, should that?
Did I list you on accident?
Pardon me?
Did I list you as,
No, but should he
No.
be voting on the whole
Should I-
package, which includes
And
that?
that's probably happened before, and I haven't, I'm not sure the question has come up. I don't know.
Well, you caught it, we'll pull that one too.
Okay.
And you can abstain from that.
Remaining is payments of bills, out-of-state travel requests, student senate, out-of-country travel requests, approval of employment agreement between the district and the interim dean of technology services. If there are no others, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Wait, can you vote?
Well, then we
I'm
pull
just
that.
messing with you.
Motion
Pay
by,
attention.
I want to say motion by trustee Cardoza, seconded by trustee Lane. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Now we'll visit number 2, minutes of the previous meeting.
I'd move for approval.
Second.
Been motion by trustee Cardoza, seconded by trustee Lane. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Any abstain? Motion carries. Okay. Item 3, personnel report, 01-2425.
Yeah, just a question. I noticed that the step increases for, all the various groups are listed there. Do we have an estimate of what those are valued at on an annual basis?
Oh, the step increases at the back of that?
Yeah.
Right around 1?
Took the tenant budget in June, so it's about 1.1 million.
1.1? 1.1 million.
The estimated COLA that we're looking at,
1.07%. What's that, about $1 million?
About 926,000 if we.
projected COLA doesn't cover the anticipated step increase, correct? I move for approval unless there's other discussion.
Second.
Motion by trustee Lane, seconded by trustee Cardoza. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Moving to number 9, action items. Number 8, approval of reopening Visalia Measure C Fund 414, bond funds, resolution number 2024-13.
Yes, resolution 2024-13 is a requirement from the county of Tulare to open up Fund 414 to accept the bond proceeds of $95 million that will come to our bank, or come to the district. This money pool, and then they'll take what we don't need for that first year and invest it out. Again, our average return on investment with the county.
Ron, this is off, probably not for this discussion, but if it's short enough, you could answer. How does the county do that when they invest? How do they make those decisions, do you know?
They have their own internal investment.
They do.
Yes.
You'd probably know that.
Is it LAIF? Is it local
Yeah,
agency
okay.
investment?
Got it, okay.
Ron, so the actual deposit will be the net of the expenses, or do we get the whole thing and then pay out?
No, it'll be the net of the expenses.
The net of the-
$625,000, I think.
Right.
Actually, this is, you're correct. I'll entertain a motion. It's been motioned by trustee Cardoza. A second, please.
I'll second.
Seconded by trustee Nunes. This is a roll call vote. Megan, please roll call the board.
Trustee Cardoza?
Aye.
Trustee Nunes?
Aye.
Trustee Lane?
Aye.
Trustee Macareno?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Well, thank you everyone for being here, and,
Took record time.
yeah, it's usually about what
Summer
July
meeting.
looks like.
And there's no sporting events on tonight.
No sporting
It's pretty good.
So if there's nothing else, we will adjourn. Thank you guys very much.